Howdy Booktube, Nikki here with my TBR for April. What am I gonna read in April? Who knows? Well, I do. April's shaping up to be a pretty exciting month. I've got weddings, well, one of them, conventions, well, one of them, and other stuff. And I'm planning to read some excellent literature. Now, I'm not someone who plans a gigantic TBR for myself. I like to keep it pretty flexible, you know? I don't know why I just sounded like Bert or Ernie. But I have a couple of books planned, and of course, I've got my 2 TBR jars to pick from. The first book that I'm planning to read in April is A Town Called Dust by Justin Woolley. Justin Woolley is an Australian author, and he's going to be at Supernova, the convention that I keep talking about, but it will happen in April. And he's the last of the authors that I want to meet that I haven't read yet. So I ordered this book, and I ordered it from Australian site. And then a week after it was due to come to me, I was like, yo, son, where's my book? And they were like, yeah, so we don't have that book. Our bad. Here's your money back. And I was like, argh. So then I went to Book Depository. Good old BD got me the book. I think this is a dystopian. It sounds like it is set in the Northern Territory because there's a city called Alice Springs, but it's definitely set in the Australian desert or a desert resembling Australia. And there's some undead ghouls. Trouble in the peeps. Other than that, I don't know very much about this book. But it has received pretty positive reviews on Goodreads from people that I know, so I'm pretty pumped. It's gonna be a good time. Final book in the Raven cycle is coming out. I don't know the exact date, but that doesn't matter yet because I've only read the first book. What? I need to catch up. So I'm gonna do that by reading The Dream Thieves and Blue Lily Lily Blue. Did I put them in the right order? Yes, I did. I'm so excited about this series, but I had to put it kind of on hold to read other stuff, but now I'm home, sweetheart. We're ready for this jelly. The third book in the Rebel Belle series is coming out, Lady Renegades, and so I'm hoping to maybe, this is a big maybe, read Rebel Belle and Miss Mayhem. I have to wrangle my copy of Rebel Belle off my sister because she's borrowed it for ages. Because I usually do reread series before the final book comes out. But I've been slack, man. I'm behind on the Raven Boys. I'm behind on rereading that, but it's all good. If I don't get to that, like, I'll live. I fairly well remember the events of the trilogy so far. I can't think of any other books that I intend to read this month, so that can only mean one thing, that it is time for TBR2D2, the TBR jar of awesomeness. I'm gonna pick a book, I'm gonna read it. It's like a hair. Ew. And my TBR pick is very messily written Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. Wait, I have that here somewhere. I won this ages ago in a competition, and I'm pretty pumped to read it. Yay, team. Summer is kind of ending in Australia, but it's still pretty hot, so good time to read this. I haven't read any Morgan Matson before, but I've heard that this one specifically is about family, which I like to read about, so should be good. And then finally, I have my comic book TBR jar. Comic book cat bug. And now I will tastefully remove his head. Alright. Graphic novel or comic book. Ooh. I picked Sailor Moon again, which means I'm gonna read volume 2 of Sailor Moon because I've read volume 1 last time. I'm actually wearing a Sailor Moon necklace today. It's so shiny. Ooh, ooh. So with Sailor Moon volume 2, that brings this TBR to an end. So those are the books that I'm planning to read in the month of April. Anyways, I'm gonna go work on my convention outfit because it is coming together. Are you a crafty cosplayer? What book character would you most like to cosplay? I'm gonna try and cosplay DC Comics Bombshell's Bombshell Batwoman. I will see you next time, but in the meantime, say hello to your mum for me. Does anyone remember Rove on Channel 10? He used to say that all the time. Tell me some Australian out there remembers Rove. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go. This is disastrous. So I finally read Poison Study, and oh my goodness, you guys. Why did nobody tell me that this was so good? 5 stars. 5 stars.